Your writing, is that performance menu stuff or other things? Or?
Just my blog now, and then working on some books, working on a health book related to intermittent fasting and some other kind of paleo diet type things, zone, trying to optimize performance, health, and longevity. And
What's your take then on zone and health and longevity and paleo intermittent fasting? Is there one package that you think is ideal for everybody, or does it really depend on individual bodies?
I think we absolutely know that if you do kind of paleo foods, basically meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, and then you get it sliced and diced into zone proportions, you are super dialed. And that is like a baseline that everybody should find at some point, some way, somehow. From there, if you mess around with a little bit of intermittent fasting, which could be as simple as just compressing your feeding window, so instead of eating breakfast, you push the breakfast back to like noon, and you fit all, say like you're a 16 blocker zone eater, you fit all 16 of those blocks from noon to say like 5 or 6 p.m. So you've just got a compressed feeding schedule, and people seem to like the simplicity of it. The recovery's better, and there's some other little tweaks and fiddles that they can do with it. And I think it's good in general for just about everybody. The training that we do is very intermittent, and so it kind of makes sense that some intermittency in the food would benefit that also, and would reflect nature and all that stuff.
What do you think is happening within the body? What do you think is the benefit, and why would someone choose one approach versus another?
I think some of it could be just scheduling, like the anabolic diet or metabolic diet that Adrian's doing. Basically, it's protein and fat during the week for all the meals. Super simple. You don't have to weigh, you don't have to measure. You just kind of eat to satiety, get as much green, fibrous, multicolored vegetables in as you can. Then on the weekends, you kind of kick your heels up a little bit, like sweet potatoes, yams. If you don't have a gluten intolerance, then you're doing stuff like pancakes and everything. And then you're back on the kind of more protein, more fat during the week. And we did kind of an analysis of this. If you do a baseline zone that's 40, 30, 30, and then the person leans out and they ramp up to an athlete zone, they're actually going to be about 17% protein, about 20% carbs, and up to about 60 to 75% fat, depending on where they're ramped up to. So it's a very high fat diet. It's almost ketogenic, and it's very, very, very productive for athletic performance and recovery and all that sort of stuff. You look at the anabolic diet, it's almost the same macronutrient ratio spread out over a week. So instead of it being more static from day to day, it's just altering those ratios throughout a week's time. And I think it's a lot of it is just kind of tinkering it, black box stuff. Give it a shot, see how you feel. Do you like it? Is your recovery good? Does it simplify your life? Are you able to maintain or improve your recovery on that with less hassle as far as food preparation? Or maybe the zone is absolutely it, and any deviation from it, and you just notice a performance decrease.
So you think that different people will see different responses?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think for the general, say like health or body composition clientele, the nutrition is still huge, because you can just kick their ass in the gym. They can still be active on the outside, but if they're still doing a lot of high glycemic index carbs, they're just not going to get the body composition shifts that they want. They're not going to lean out, not going to look good naked, and that's just kind of the stuff they're driving for. And then with that, do it 5 days out of 7. Like the weekend comes around, kick your heels up, have some beer, go out and get some nachos and burritos and whatever, then kind of get back on the rails. And usually when people are in that work week, being a little more dialed on their food is better anyway. They're just more disciplined during that time, and then it's more family time and friends and all that on the weekends. So loosen it up and do some other stuff.
Do you think people actually can get decent results from that 5 days of strict and 2 days?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, Rob, thanks for taking
Tony,
the time.
Tony, thank you, man.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
fun. All right, take care.